My tank has had a problem for a long time now. Aiptasia has completely taken over it. If you don't know, aiptasia is an invasive anemone that spreads like wildfire and can sting your corals if it gets too close. I've had aiptasia in my tank for a while now, and I've tried some different ways to get rid of it. I've tried blasting it in the face, which for some reason you all thought I meant something else, but I was actually just trying to use this stuff. Then I also tried to get some peppermint shrimp to eat it, which they ended up not doing. I think they were the wrong species of peppermint shrimp, which is a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. But I am sick of losing this battle, so I'm pulling out the big guns. I bought myself some Bergia nudibranches. I bought some slugs, which, by the way, I literally picked up like a drug deal. I had to text a guy, he told me to meet him at a location and bring cash. It was a whole thing, but they are not illegal. He was just a private breeder that didn't accept Venmo or Apple Pay. These guys' main diet is strictly aiptasia. They literally don't eat anything else. And yes, they could technically die to starvation if they eat all the aiptasia in the tank, but I don't think that'll be a problem since they are so small and my aiptasias are so big. One of the good things about them is since they're so tiny, they could sniff around in some of the harder to reach places and get the aiptasia when they are small. Some other perks of these guys is that they can actually reproduce in my tank, and having a bunch of baby versions of these guys sounds really cool. And also they look like little mythical water dragons, so that's just a plus. But these guys are probably the most guaranteed way that I'm aware of to solve my problem, so I'm excited. To transfer them into the tank, I had to suck them up. Wait, pause. To transport them into my tank, I had to put them in this tube, which was pretty fun to do, but also a little sketchy because they're really tiny and fragile and I didn't want to hurt them, so I had to be very careful doing this. Then, after getting them into the tube, I carefully placed them close to the heavily infected areas to hopefully speed up the process. You don't want to place them right on top of the aiptasia because if you do, the aiptasia can actually end up eating them, which would not be sick. A couple other precautions I took were turning off these power heads because I don't want them to climb up there and just get torn up. And I do have a lid on this tank that they definitely can still get through, but hopefully that doesn't happen. And I have had some bad luck with other nudibranchs in the past, so I'm trying to take some extra precautions to make sure these guys stick around for a while. I did make sure to get 5 of them to speed up the process, also hoping that they would breed, and also because if I lose one, at least I have some backups. You can tell in this video right here, a few of the aiptasia are actually getting really big, so those guys are definitely going to be a problem. And I've heard it could take a few months for these guys to do their job, so hopefully placing them right next to the aiptasia will make things go quicker. I know I just said it could take months, but I'm going to give them a couple days and check back up on them. So it's only been a couple of days and the aiptasia is still thriving, and I haven't seen any of the nudibranches. They're really small, so they're going to be tough to see, and they're actually nocturnal. I do think this is the best way to get rid of the aiptasia, so I'm going to have faith in these guys and not give up yet. Like and subscribe to stay updated.